Episode 3, The Sleeper, or as I prefer to call it, Enter the Quan. It's your boy Icon with a Netflix television review for you going over that Cobra Kai. Hit the like button, hit the notification bell, subscribe to my channel, and let's get started. So now, in this particular episode, Sensei Kreese, he's back in Japan, and he's training, him and young Kim, they're training the next generation of Cobra Kai. And there's this one guy, he's the top student, his name is Yoon, they called him Yoon. He wears the patch, which symbolizes that he's the best student of all the students who will go to the Sekai Taikai and represent. And then there's this other kid named Quan, who's basically a degenerate. He takes shortcuts, he has an anger problem, and Kreese automatically just gravitated towards him because he probably reminded them of a young Johnny Lawrence. Quan's whole thing was he was just pissed off all the time, and Kreese tried to channel that anger into a proper direction. He was trying to get him to basically focus, and he was like, what do you actually want? He's like, what are you doing all this shit for? It's like, do you want to be the best? Do you not want to be the best? What do you want to do? Because he said that because that guy over there with the patch on his thing, he's stopping you from reaching your potential, so I think you need to take what's yours and actually have some goddamn purpose if you're really going to do this. So he gets Quan all fired up. He goes to Yun and basically beats his ass. The two of them have a one-on-one match. He beats his ass. And after Quan beats his ass, he rips the patch off of his jacket, puts it onto his jacket, and now Quan is the new top student. But the cool thing about it is it wasn't just like him doing like reckless abandon shit. Him defeating like Yun and him becoming the top student in the class gave him purpose. It gave him like a reason to do it. So now he's actually leading the rest of the students. He has a leadership role, and it's kind of like centered him a little bit to where Kreese even said to Kim, he was just like, hey, I solved your distraction, your degenerate problem, because now the boy, now the boy is basically G.I. Joe, and he'll follow you off a cliff. So now they're getting ready. They're getting ready to whoop some ass, because we got to have a villain. Like, Robbie was the designated angry child, like throughout the course. First, Robbie was the angry child, then it was Tori, now we got Quan. So this is going to be interesting, especially, he's probably going to end up catching beef with Robbie of all people, and then Robbie's going to give him the I used to be you man speech, so look out for that. Look out for that later on. So that was pretty cool. I'm definitely looking forward to that and seeing where that whole thing develops, because I just want to get to the tournament at this point. Johnny Lawrence found out that him and Carmen are having a girl, so now he's a girl dad, and they were trying to do the thing where they're trying to get the Miyagi-Do kids to get ready for the Sekai Taikai, and it's not really working, specifically with Tori and with Samantha, because the two of them are basically like too friendly. They're so friendly that even when they're in sparring sessions, they're not really going hard. They're not giving it 100%. They're kind of like pulling their punches. And it pissed off Johnny to the point where he walked over to Daniel and he said, see, all this Miyagi-Do shit, now your daughter's a pussy. And I was just like, what? And I was like, you gotta love Johnny Lawrence. So, he's just like, now she can't fight. So he tries to come up with a way to get the two of them to regain like their competitive fire. Even the other girl, the third girl, the one who joined Eagle Fang, and she lost to Tori like in the tournament last year. I forgot her name, but she's also there because she's part of Miyagi-Do. Johnny decides to have a girl sleepover with the new girl and Tori and Tori and with Sam. So he has all three of them at the girl's house. They're having a sleepover, and while they're at the sleepover, Johnny's basically trying to get the two of them to fight each other. He's like trying to plant seeds. He's doing games where he's trying to like make them go up against each other, and it wasn't really working. And then he even like he stole both Miguel and Robbie's phones and texted the other girl on the other guy's phone. So one of them could be like, why is my boyfriend calling you? Well, why is my boyfriend calling you? Because he was trying to build the tension. The two girls realized what he was doing, and then they got mad and they tried to leave. So when they were outside waiting for their Ubers, because that's what they do, when they were waiting for their Ubers, she was like Sam was just like, I can't believe he thought something that dumb was going to work and get us to turn on each other. And then that's when Tori was like, yeah, that was stupid, but it's not like you haven't stolen my boyfriend before. And then she was like, bitch, hold up. She was like, you're the one that took my man. And then the two of them got into it. And then Tori was like, listen, I was the new girl. I was just trying to survive. And you basically tormented me and treated me like shit. And you never apologized. And then that Johnny was watching, that Johnny and the other girl, they were watching this whole thing from outside. He was like, yes, they're about to fight, and then Sam started crying and she was like, you're right, I never apologized and I'm sorry. And then Tori was like, I'm sorry. And then Johnny was like, what the fuck? He's like, it's not working. So the two of them ended up hugging it out. And now they become closer friends. But the funny thing is, the next day when they were at training, the fact that they finally talked it out, got all their emotions out, it actually rekindled the competitive spirit, because now that they're legit friends and they're not just two people that are trying not to offend the other, they can actually go hard in practice now, because now there's a competitiveness to all this that's making them want to actually go hard in the paint. And that was very cool to see. And Johnny was just like, I'm the man, you know, like, and I make all this stuff happen. In the third storyline, Daniel, his wife, and Chow, I think his name is Chow. I gotta remember this dude's name. I can't remember this dude's name. But the three of them, they found some old suitcase in Miyagi-Do, because the Miyagi room that Daniel had created, he's letting his boys sleep in the room to get him out of the house. So they found like this thing under a bed that Miyagi had. It had boxing gloves in it and a newspaper saying that Mr. Miyagi had like killed somebody. And Daniel's like, oh my God, like he didn't tell me about his past. And I'm just like, why do you care? Why do you care so much? And then he ends up going down to the boxing arena where, because he was just like, oh, Mr. Miyagi didn't do boxing, but he goes down there and everybody at the boxing arena knew who Mr. Miyagi was. There was one guy there specifically where when Daniel ran up on him, he was just like, yeah, Miyagi knew my dad. Him and my dad were very close. Miyagi was the best. He was the greatest. And then he was like, well, how come he didn't tell me about this boxing thing where he allegedly murdered somebody? Apparently he had a brother too. Like it was like this whole big thing. But the guy was like, Miyagi was very secretive. He was like, he was a very proud man. Everybody loved him, but he did have his secrets. And for some reason, Daniel can't accept the fact that there were things about Mr. Miyagi that he doesn't know. So now he's all up in his feelings about it, and then he just tried to shrug it off. And then he was just like, you know, I'll never disrespect, you know, your honor, sir, but why couldn't you tell me? You know, like, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ. So then finally, at the end of the episode, all the Miyagi-Do students are there because the head of the Sekai Taikai, he sent a video message to them telling them that telling him about the rules and the regulations about the tournament. They said that the tournament was going to be held in Barcelona. Like, I think it was going to be here. I think it was going to be held in like Barcelona, Spain. But because they're going to Barcelona, Spain, and because that shit costs money, they said there's no way in hell your entire dojo is coming to Spain. So they said if they want to buy their own ticket and their own hotel, that's fine. But as far as the tournament is concerned, you're only allowed to bring 6 people with you. And I actually like that. First of all, it's obvious who at least, it's like, first of all, it's obvious that Miguel, Robbie, Tori, Sam, and Kenny are going. So that's a given. Like, you know, like, let's not even play about that. Now, the spiky hair dude, the black guy, like the other girl, the 6th person, that one's up in the air because we don't know who the 6th person is going to be. But this is interesting from a show standpoint because now not only has the competitive fire been brought out between Tori and Sam, now there's a competitive fire with everybody in Miyagi-Do because now everybody wants to prove they're good enough to be chosen as the 6th. So now everybody kind of, first it was just like kumbaya, like, oh, we love each other, the maturity. Now they're just like, yo, hold up, bitch. That's my spot. That's my spot. You can't have my spot. Everybody's giving everybody else the side eye. I actually love it because it's going to be very entertaining. But again, it's not a secret. Miguel, Robbie, Tori, Sam, and Kenny are going to get chosen. So we're basically seeing who's playing for 6th place. That was how the episode ended, and thank you for tuning in. So now, like I said, I'm interested in it. I'm definitely, I mean, we only get 5 episodes for part 1, so we got 2 more episodes to review. So in part 4, we're going to get to see the fire. We're going to get to see the competitiveness about this. We're going to get to see who didn't make the cut, who did make the cut. I'm looking forward to it. Want to review it all with you guys, and I hope to share it with you when episode 4 drops on my YouTube channel. Check out my channel because I got other reviews up on my channel. I got Batman Cape Crusader. I got Suicide Squad Isekai. I got Kite Man up on my channel. I got my coverage from New York Swim Week. Thank you to everybody that liked and subscribed for that purpose. And I got a bunch of other stuff coming up on my channel as well. Just keep it locked right here for Red Eyes Entertainment as we roll on. So that was it, guys. So thanks for tuning in for some more Cobra Kai action. Look out for the sleeper because we're out this bitch.